Hi, it's Annie and welcome. We've got an excerpt from my latest series, working with aligning your head and with moon wisdom, what we can learn from gravity and the sense of mass, how to work with the skeleton. So this lesson we're going to do next is really helpful for frozen shoulder, for any kind of neck, shoulder injury, in healing that injury, but also in moving with a lighter feeling in your arms, a lighter feeling in your head, and you're going to need a rock to do this. So this is just a short excerpt from my new series, and if you like it, please subscribe and press notifications. And also, I love your comments, so I will see you in the lesson. And one thing you can do when you feel stuck, like, oh, I can't even lift this, rub your hands and stroke the arm or the place that felt frozen. Yeah, people get frozen shoulders, and there's a lot of wonderful treatments for frozen shoulder, but actually the stroking thing is so nice because, number one, it's loving. It's not like hitting your shoulder, like, right? It's a loving act, but it also helps the lymph, so it starts activating an area that might not be moving. So by stroking, you're going to start the healing process. You're going to activate the nerves, and you can lightly tap, which is what we did in the lesson, right? We tapped the collarbone. Let's try that seated, because we didn't do it so much seated. So if you were struggling at all with the weight, put the rock on your leg and just tap your bone of your leg. It's really good to do with a rock. Yeah, tap the femur bone. Actually, so good for the marrow. Yeah, stimulates the marrow of your bones using a rock like this, tapping. Yeah, and we have so much marrow in the thigh, so this is actually really great to do. Let's give a little massage. All right, so we can tap. We did a little bit on the sternum. Yeah, but then leave the rock on your leg. Now tap with your fingertips. Tap your collarbone. This is like a connect the dot game. Great if you have a stroke or actually really serious issues with your arm. This is a fabulous tool, is to connect the bones and the nervous system by tapping. Yeah. I didn't make this up, actually. There were lots of people besides Feldenkrais even that did this tapping thing. And it's super helpful. I mean, even things like EMDR with trauma therapy, they do a lot with tapping, okay? And the emotional freedom technique. So you're going to tap the collarbone. Yeah, move back a little more. And you make this little bridge. And this is an important bridge between the collarbone and this is your scapula, your shoulder bone. Yeah. And then down the bones of the arm. Yeah. All the way to the rock. All right. And then we keep your elbow near the body and then just begin to move now and see if it's a little lighter, having that neurological connection. Now we did some sneaky things like stroking and moving, so you can do that. That's another strategy to help. And you can swing the arm. This is so good, by the way, if you have some shoulder injury, just to swing the arm. A lot of people do an arm swing for frozen shoulder, but then add a little rock like this, just a half pound weight, and then we can tap. Yeah, we can tap. Yeah. Now put your rock down. Now move your arm around. Feel the difference. Yeah. Feel hand on top of your head. Move the arm around. All right. So a lot of times shoulder and arm weakness can be the alignment of your head. Can be the alignment of your head. So if your head is like this and you try to lift your arm, but if your head is on top and now we move the arm, you see? It's so much lighter. Yeah. So we'll be working with that in this series. Let's do just a tiny bit on the other side. Take the rock and pound your leg. Feel. Yeah. And then let's tap from the rock this time up. Tap with the fingertips. All right, all the way to the breastbone. So you can, do that. So we create this loop neurologically. Do it a few times, because if we can sense, if we can really be our minds connecting like this, wow, it's amazing. Yeah. You can stroke and then keep your elbow close to your body to lift the rock, and then moving the rock. Yeah. You can tap while you move the rock if you want to get fancy. Tap these connections. Right. And remember how we were stroking. Yeah. Okay. So that you can do also on the floor, but I like to do it seated, because now if I tap my head, yeah, and feel if I'm moving the rock now, my head can be right on top of those sit bones. And if you're lifting weights or doing exercises and you've hurt yourself before in your low back, in your neck, in your shoulders, this will really help you align to use your skeleton. Thanks for joining me, and thank you so much for your comments. And if you want to check out more, you can join me on Patreon and support my work there. And I look forward to seeing you next time. Take care.